was disputing the lead in the early stages with Moilish Tim on the inside. A break of a few lengths then to Nambor with Jetstream Jack on the inside of Cogri Hill. Settled in the back marker is Ben Button. So Moilish Tim has moved on now to take up the running and lead in second place up for review. Then comes Jetstream Jack, and they're being followed by Nambor, who's on the outside of Cogri Hill, a few lengths in front of Ben Button. And up for review, regains the lead now, swinging to head for the next flight from Moilish Tim in second place. Then comes Jetstream Jack with on their outside Nambor, followed by Cogri Hill and Ben Button, back marker of the 6. On they go now to make the run towards the second flight, and in the lead is Up for Review, who's showing the way to Moilish Tim. In third place then comes on the inside Jetstream Jack with Nambor next, followed by Cogri Hill and Ben Button as they begin to make the turn now to race down the back straight. With Up for Review striding along 2.5 in front of Moilish Tim and Jetstream Jack. On their outside is Nambor. They're being followed by Cogri Hill, and Ben Button is the back marker. Continuing on now towards the first flight right across from the stands. Up for Review, Moilish Tim, a mistake there in second. Nambor is third on the outside of Jetstream Jack. A few lengths to Cogri Hill and Ben Button as they face up now towards the next flight. Up for Review from Moilish Tim, Jetstream Jack and Nambor, Cogri Hill and Ben Button as they approach this flight. Up for Review, the leader from in second place. Moilish Tim, Nambor on the outside of Jetstream Jack. Cogri Hill just niggled along in fifth place ahead of Ben Button as they race now across towards the next flight. 3 flights to bring them to the stands, and Up for Review leads in the Dorans Pride Novice Hurdle from Moilish Tim in second and Jetstream Jack third. Nambor is 4 and a couple of lengths to Cogri Hill, who's followed by Ben Button. So they come now to approach this one. Up for Review, leading Moilish Tim, Jetstream Jack and Nambor. Then comes Cogri Hill and Ben Button. So they're coming to the flight now on the swing. It'll take them on the infield and race now to the next 2 flights, taking them up past the stands. And in the lead is Up for Review. Moilish Tim remains second, Jetstream Jack disputing third on the inside of Nambor, and then Cogri Hill and Ben Button. Jumping this flight, Up for Review leads. In second place, Moilish Tim. Nambor has moved into third on the outside of Jetstream Jack. Cogri Hill just getting a few reminders in company with Ben Button. Going now to the flight that will take them away from the stands with a circuit of the track ahead of them. Up for Review, Ruby Walsh leading from Moilish Tim. JJ Slevin in third place is Nambor and Brian Cooper. Jetstream Jack, Davy Russell. Ben Button is next for Mark Walsh, and Cogri Hill, Barry Geraghty just the back marker. Swinging now right-handed to race downhill towards the next flight on the far side, where in the lead it is Up for Review. Moilish Tim, Jetstream Jack and Nambor disputing third and fourth. Ben Button has relegated Cogri Hill to be the back marker. But Up for Review leads Moilish Tim. Nambor on the outside of Jetstream Jack. Few lengths to Ben Button and Cogri Hill as they go now to approach this next flight before swinging into the back straight. And Up for Review from Moilish Tim, Jetstream Jack and Nambor, followed by Ben Button and Cogri Hill just struggling at the back of the 6-runner field. So they're turning to race into the back straight now, where they've got just a little over a mile to go and 5 more flights left to jump in the Dorans Pride Novice Hurdle. Up for Review, a length in front of Moilish Tim. Nambor is third on the outside of Jetstream Jack. 4 lengths to Ben Button, a further 3 to Cogri Hill. As Up for Review jumps that one from Nambor, who now moves second on the outside of Moilish Tim. In fourth place is Jetstream Jack, and then Ben Button, Cogri Hill, the back marker, racing now to the last flight on the far side. Up for Review, Moilish Tim rejoining Nambor, and they're being followed in fourth place by Jetstream Jack. Racing now to pass the 5 furlong mark and swing to head across towards the third last. It is Up for Review. Nambor, Moilish Tim and Jetstream Jack on the inside. A break to Ben Button and Cogri Hill last. Racing across now with 3 flights to jump. Up for review. Jetstream Jack, Moilisha Tim and Nambor make 3 in line, disputing the second spot behind the leader. Up for review. Who's over in front of Jetstream Jack, who's now moved into second. In third place is Nambor as they race now to the second last and approach the turn into the straight. Up for review leads, tracked by Jetstream Jack. In third place, Nambor can't go with the front 2, and as they round the bend now and come off the turn for the final flight, Up for review is the leader. Making all the running. Up for review has shaken off challenger after challenger. Jetstream Jack is now ridden to try and close. Nambor has dropped away, and it's Up for review on the run to the final flight, out in front of Jetstream Jack and turn clear of Nambor as they come down towards the final flight in the Dorans Pride Novice Hurdle. Up for review and Ruby Walsh over the last clear. Jetstream Jack is second, and in third is Nambor on the run up towards the finish. Up for review has made every inch of the running to follow up his impressive win at Fairyhouse, and it's another win for Andrea and Graham Wiley. Up for review and Willie Mullins. Ruby Walsh on board beats Jetstream Jack. Nambor is third, and Ben Button has got to win the 4th spot ahead of Moilisha Tim.